It looks good. They told me it was fish, and I wasn't feeling fish today, so
It's
I
not.
assume everything on my ticket here appears.
Oh, okay.
Call the meeting order, Madam Clerk, please read the roll.
Mr. Johnson,
Here.
Mr. Bailey,
Present.
Mr. Brown,
Here.
Ms. Herbert,
Here.
Mr. Brennan,
Present.
Mr. McDowell,
Yes.
Mayor LaBrus.
Here. Ms. Herbert?
Oh, looking for her information. I'm looking too.
I move,
Read
I move that we go into executive session for receipt of legal advice relating to matters covered by attorney-client privilege pursuant to SC Code Section 30-4-70A2, Council Communications, as well as discussion of matters related to the proposed location expansion or provision of services, encouraging location or expansion of industries or other businesses in the area served by the public body pursuant to South Carolina Code Section 3470A5, Convention Center Hotel and 2221 Divine Street. And finally, receipt of legal advice relating to a pending, threatened, or potential claim pursuant to SC Code 3470A2, City of Columbia versus the Estate of Ashley Brown.
Is there a second?
Second.
A motion and a second, Madam Clerk, can you read the roll?
Mr. Johnson,
Aye.
Mr. Bailey,
Yes.
Mr. Brown,
Yes.
Ms. Herbert,
Aye.
Mr. Brennan,
Yes.
Mr. McDowell,
Mm-hmm.
Mayor LaBrus.
Aye.
Thank you.
We may not get all to them in the next hour.
Right, you may have to come back thereafter. Like, at least, like you ought to get to item
Hold on.
one. Item
going to call the meeting to order. Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
Mic check.
Testing, testing.
Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Here.
Present.
Here.
Here.
Present.
Yes.
Here. Reverend McDowell, would you like to say a word, please?
Gracious Creator, for all that you've done for us, for the blessings of life, health, and strength, for the promise of your presence in our lives. We gather together as a city, as a council, and we would pray that you might sensitize us to all of the concerns that you might have. Sensitize us to the nearness and the expansion of our city so that we might sense and feel your goodness in us, through us, and to all of the residents therein. Bless us, keep us in your care. Amen.
Amen. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So move.
Is there a motion? Is there a motion and a second? Any changes, discussions? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
Yes.
Aye.
Herbert.
Aye.
Mr. Brennan.
Yes.
Mr. McDowell.
Yes.
Mayor Rickaman.
Aye.
Thank you.
Moving into a period of public input, individuals are allotted up to 3 minutes to address City Council about items that are on the agenda. Items requiring a public hearing cannot be addressed at this time.
Mayor, we have one individual signed up to speak on item 18, dealing with STRs, and that is Ms. Joan Prophet.
Hello, thank you for your time. I'm here to represent my association neighborhood, St. Mark's Wood in Southeast Columbia. And I just recently became the president, and I'm aware of, we have at least one Airbnb and one long-term rental that we are trying to figure out the legality of those, and want to go on the record as saying that we would be against lifting this moratorium, that you have the ban on new Airbnb permits. I understand it might, we're going to do the first reading tonight, and it may be March 3rd or something that you would stop this ban. And we wanted more time to try to address this. Like I say, we're just learning the ins and outs of this and want to make sure we don't get any more Airbnbs or short-term rentals in our neighborhoods. So we would like more time, and we thought June was the deadline from the year of the incident that started the bans. And it's just common sense, the negatives. I'm sure y'all have heard them. I haven't been a part of the previous discussions and meetings. But, you know, all the negatives for short-term rentals, of course, we're worried about property values, especially with absentee renters, which is what we have in our neighborhood. Safety concerns, just the carousel of people that you don't know. There have been some safety issues in our neighborhood related to these homes that are rentals. Parking issues, they're not abiding by the parking rules, so we hope Code of Enforcement can help us with that. And of course, noise, they're here for a fun time, so they're going to be noisier than the residents who live there 24/7. So we would like to get a handle on this, and it is against our covenants, and homeowners that are renting these out are ignoring that, and that's one reason we want more time to keep this ban in effect so that we can help the current homeowners be aware of the covenants that do pass owner to owner. And also on a money matter, which money does seem to get people's attention, I don't think that either of these places are abiding by the higher 6% property rates, according to the websites that we've done research on. So they're paying 4%, and that's not fair. That's not their legal, that's not right. So anyway, we wanted to have time to address that. So our association just wanted to go on the record that we would like y'all to keep the ban through June, just so us and probably other neighborhoods that are working on this would have a little more time to get our ducks in a row, just if nothing else, to prevent future rentals. I don't know if I went over time. Oh, 30 seconds.
You do know that we've passed an ordinance that doesn't allow any further growth inside neighborhoods.
No, I didn't realize
Yes, ma'am,
that.
we did that already. This is part of the changes that we're making, because as a homeowner, you have the right to rent your house. Those two properties you talked about, we'll have to let the folks know at the county, because they're in charge, because if it's not their permanent resident, they're not living there at all, then it should be 6%. But we did put in, so any Airbnb that's currently permitted has the right to stay there. No new in neighborhoods except on what we call major corridors on the street side. So somewhere like a Trenholm Road, to give you an example.
Yeah, I knew that.
So we've already done that. This is just part of the changes that we're making overall. So that's been done.
So, Mr. Mayor, I would like to ask Joan, and I'm happy to do it for you if you want to reach out to me. I think you should just meet with Andrew Living Good, and he could better explain what's happened since June to today.
They
Because
tried to help me with the email chain.
a lot of your concerns have already been litigated up until today.
Okay.
So, and I'm happy to be there as well as your District 4
Well,
rep.
Sam's been very helpful too, but I guess I'm still, like I say, I'm new to this job and trying to understand.
Well,
I said I didn't know I needed to be a lawyer to take this.
We'll take you,
position.
we'll take you quickly from getting your feet wet to swimming.
Yeah, well, Sam's been very helpful, and thank you for your time, but thank you, Peter, for that. And, okay, so no new Airbnbs unless you're on that
Not
4
get
lane.
permitted either. So we have mixed use areas. So we have a map and everything. So Andrew can make sure you get all that so you can
Okay.
see the whole city map down.
I'm also
Yes, ma'am.
happy to come out to speak to the community as well.
Oh, okay, that'd be good too. Okay, well, thank you. I'm just.
Thank you.
Who's Andrew? I've talked to him
Right
on
there.
emails.
Andrew, wave your hand, please. There we go.
Okay, all right, I'm Joan Prophet. Okay, all right, thank you all very much
Yes,
for your
ma'am.
time.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk?
No one else has signed up to speak during this time.
So move.
So motion, is there a second?
Second.
Any changes, amendments, questions? Seeing none, hearing none, Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor and Council, we have a number of wonderful students with us today. Matter of personal privilege, we moved into formal presentation. We wanted to acknowledge our collegiate academy internship program. Many of you have been very instrumental in us revamping our internship program, the city, and making sure that it's as robust as possible. You all share your talents and expertise with these students, some of them work in our offices every day. So I wanted to welcome Shai Carroll, our human resources specialist for talent acquisition, and recognize as part of our collegiate academy requirements this semester, our interns. They are required to attend 4 enrichment sessions, with the first session being the city council meeting today. And with that, I'll let Cheyenne come forward and recognize our 4 interns for the semester as we stand. Good afternoon. So I would like to recognize 4 of our 10 Collegiate Academy interns. Today we have Ms. Ava Allen. Ms. Kaisha Walker. Ms. Carlisa Wright. And Ms. Lily Brewster. Thank you.
Thank you.
You.
In addition, our next presentation involves one of the students who are student government at the University of South Carolina. We want to welcome Ms. Tia Perez. And correcting, is correct, the director of the local advocacy bureau at the University of South Carolina Student Government Local Advocacy.
Can we get the rest of the council up here? Come on. Y'all work hard on this. We appreciate it.
Thank y'all so much. We, on behalf of USC, we are thrilled to have this wonderful group of student government leaders, and they changed their name, so I have to look. Local Advocacy Board. Last year it had a different name. So Taya's going to tell y'all a little more about what they have going on, and there's also some reports on your desk for y'all, and she's going to introduce her team along with the rest of the students.
Thank you, Mr. Valdez, for the comments. Thank you.
Hello, thank you so much for your time today. My name is Taya Perez. I'm the director of the Local Advocacy Bureau. I had the privilege of being a member last year, the same spot, and I'm very happy to be back as the director. You might formally know us as the City Advocacy Commission, but we are now had a little rebrand and are the Local Advocacy Bureau. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to read our mission statement to clear up what we do and why we write this report and why you find yourself with a 40-page paper every year. So the Local Advocacy Bureau serves as the voice of the University of South Carolina's student body to the local government. The Bureau researches the most critical issues pertaining to students and addresses the City of Columbia and the University of South Carolina officials to find better solutions to social, campus, and safety issues. The Bureau receives input from institutional constituents, including students, faculty, staff, and administrators to craft this report. Through a comprehensive survey the Bureau created, we aim to assess the major concerns of the student body. Through this report and advocacy efforts, we educate the university community about higher education initiatives and investments, enabling students to realize their full potential. As student advocates, the Bureau believes we can transform the University of South Carolina and improve the state of higher education by informing our administrators and government officials of our peers' paramount concerns. Working together on these issues offers the potential of improved university experience and an avenue for further collaboration. And as you can see here, this is my amazing committee. They have all worked very hard during this academic year to research one individual issue. They have done an extensive amount of local and federal research and have come up with solutions based off personal experience, ongoing initiatives, local research, and student feedback. The issues that are addressed in our report this year are infrastructure, environmental equity, student safety, game day safety and walkability, food insecurity, transportation in relation to food accessibility, and housing. And we understand that these are not unique issues to the student body just of University of South Carolina, but this report is aimed to offer a student perspective with student solutions. And although we are all students at the university, we are members of the Greater Columbia community first, and we are super grateful to have a local government that's invested in our success and as well-being as you guys. So we just want to thank you so much for taking the time to review our report, and I know together we can all uplift our city.
Well, first of all, thank you on behalf of council and the city. Every year y'all come forth and you brought these ideas. I do want to recognize that the whole group is undergraduate students here, taking the time out of their schedule and their time to work together to bring in the issues that they present not only to the university but to the city. And we truly appreciate that. We've had a lot of conversations in the past, everything from parking, the cost of rent, to the safety of walking back and forth to campus, transportation, obviously, and game day transportation, which I will tell you the athletic director is working on. He wants to have a much safer route for all the students, but also addressing game day traffic, which I think is probably outdated for a long, long time. Also, the lighting recommendations that y'all have given us in the past, a lot of that's been addressed. We want to continue to do that. I look forward to diving in, and I know we're going to talk a little deeper tomorrow, and go through this together, and I appreciate it. And I just want to take the time. Y'all, let's give them a hand for their time and efforts. I think it would be great if all of y'all introduced yourselves and tell us where you're from and what year you are and what your major is, if you wouldn't mind.
Go ahead on. Hi, I'm Autumn Williams, and I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm a sport and entertainment major with interest in going to law school to study either corporate law or sport and entertainment law. So yeah, that's me.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ava Geisler, and I'm a freshman from High Point, North Carolina. I'm dual majoring in global studies and history, and I focused on student safety for the report.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Inu Choi. I'm from Lexington, South Carolina, and currently I'm a freshman majoring in international business and finance on the pre-law track, and I researched housing, affordability, and community stability.
Thank you.
My name is Josh Evans. I'm a junior from Greenville, South Carolina, creating my own public policy degree, and I looked at food insecurity for the report.
Thank you.
My name is Randy Villariza. I'm a freshman from Charleston, South Carolina. I'm majoring in political science with a minor in criminal justice. My goal is to go into criminal law, and I research transportation in relation to food insecurity.
Chief, you need to recruit him right now.
I'm Landon Lyle. I'm from Seneca, South Carolina. I'm a freshman, majoring in finance, econ, risk management, and supply chain. And I am also a county council candidate for Oconee County.
Wow.
Again, I'm Taya Perez. I'm a junior. I'm from Loudoun County, Virginia, and I'm a retail management major.
Great. Thank you. We just learned about your county, about the data center that was there not too long ago.
Oh yeah, that's another big conversation topic. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you again so much for your time.
Thank y'all for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just get out and walk out.
Mr. Mayor, when you're ready.
I'm ready when you are.
We will ask for our audience to give us the benefit of a little bit of quiet so we can proceed. Thank you. At this time, we'll take up the consent agenda items 6 through 15.
Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Got a second? Any changes, questions, concerns? Seeing none, hearing none, Madam Clerk, can we call the roll, please?
Mr. Johnson? Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Brown? Ms. Herbert?
Aye.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mayor Rickaman?
Aye.
Thank you.
Moving into a period of public hearing and first reading for zoning and planning matters. First item is 16, annexation, future land use map amendment and zoning map amendment for 700 Jacobs Mill Pond Road. And Mr. Livingood is here to assist.
All right. Good afternoon, all. The first item on the public hearing is 700 Jacobs Mill Pond Road. And this is a request for assignment of the land use classification of urban edge mixed residential and to assign zoning of planned development for a pending annexation. The property is currently classified as neighborhood, medium density, and zone plan development by Richland County.
Is there anybody here to speak for or against this item? Do you want to speak, or you just want us to know you're against it? Okay. Is there anybody here?
Mayor, no one has signed up.
Okay. So nobody's here for this. It looks like this is District 4.
Motion for approval.
There's a motion. Is there a second? Second. There's a motion and a second for approval. Any further discussion? Hearing none, seeing none. Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Brown? Ms. Herbert? Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell? Mayor Rickaman?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is rear of 142, 150, 156, next to 156, 160, and north side of Jacobs Mill Pond Road. And this is a request to assign the land use classification of urban edge residential small lot and to assign zoning of planned development for a pending annexation. The property is currently classified as neighborhood, medium density, and zoned residential transition by Richland County.
Is anybody here for or against this item?
No one has signed up to speak.
This also is District 4.
Mr. Mayor, motion for approval.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion or questions? This is part of the Wood Creek development. Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Herbert? Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mayor Rickaman?
Aye.
Okay, and the next item is a request to amend the Unified Development Ordinance, also known as the UDO, Chapter 17. I'm going to skip all the letters and numbers there, but this is to modify the standards for short-term rentals in residential base zoning districts to exempt owner-occupied dwelling units from the standards that were established recently on January 6th. So as you remember, on January 6th, council did pass an amendment that restricted the locations of short-term rentals, and you described accurately that mixed-use districts, commercial districts, and our employment campus district allow short-term rentals. In residential districts, the requirement is that a short-term rental will have to be located on a street that has 4 lanes, 4 through lanes, and that is classified as an arterial road or a collector road. And I did want to mention briefly that we do have links to the maps on our zoning website, so columbiasc.gov/zoning. And if anyone has questions about their property and whether or not it qualifies, they can contact us in zoning. But this amendment, again, is to exempt owner-occupied dwelling units from the standards that apply to residential districts. And so if it is an owner-occupied dwelling unit as classified by the county assessor's office, then that can be established as a short-term rental. And if that owner-occupied status changes, it would not be allowed to be a short-term rental. And I just will like to note a couple more things. This, of course, is the only aspect of the short-term rentals that council is reviewing. The rest of the maps that were previously adopted are not changing. And as before, the zoning ordinance or the UDO regulates the location of short-term rentals only. Code enforcement and the previously adopted regulations are still in effect and are enforced by code enforcement.
This just clarifies where the owner has the right, if they have an ADU or they rent their house out for the period of time. By law, they're allowed up to 70 days to rent out before it changes from a 4% to a 6%. So what we're doing is putting back the ability for the owner, because we restricted it as we changed our ordinance to take it out of residential areas, but we can't really do that, and we shouldn't do that for owner occupied. So that's where we're fixing this.
Well, right. Well, just to be clear, this is for an owner-occupied dwelling
Right,
unit.
that's what I'm
So an
saying.
ADU is not really a dwelling unit, but and the regulations for an ADU within the UDO separate from
If it's
the
attached to the house, that was part of it, because it's owner occupied.
sure, right.
Right.
But to be clear, our UDO currently does not permit that to be used for a business
But
activity.
this allows an owner to
Occupied
rent
dwelling
their
unit.
house, correct.
Yes.
Is there anybody here to speak for or against? I think we've been through this already. All right.
Oh, you're here to speak
Yes,
on
ma'am.
STRs?
Yeah.
Please state your name for the record.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Bobo, and my question was just like, did you mean like duplexes?
No.
Like what kinds?
This is for owner-occupied dwelling, right? So if you live in your house, you can rent it out to Airbnb. This allows you to do that anywhere in the city,
Gotcha. Thank you.
but only for 70 days, because over 70 days, then you come a commercial property, and then you got to start paying 6%.
Gotcha. Thank you.
According to state law. Is there a motion?
Motion for approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, seeing none. Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Bailey?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Herbert? Aye. Mr. Brennan? Mr. McDowell? Yes. Mayor Rickaman?
Aye.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Mr. Johnson.
Well, actually, I'll say this. I'll save this to after our next item.
Okay,
Okay, yeah, I was just going to say this concludes the public hearing.
thank you.
Well,
Item 19, ordinances for first reading. Ordinance number 2026-009, repealing ordinance number 2020-25-054 that established a moratorium on the issuance of new permits in residential areas pursuant to Columbia's short-term rental ordinance at Columbia Code Section 5400 as amended.
And just for everybody to clarify, we're taking the moratorium out because we've already addressed it with the new STR regulation. Is there a motion?
So move, Mr. Chair.
Is there a second?
second.
And a motion and a second. Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Herbert? Aye. Mr. Brennan? Mr. McDowell? Yes. Mayor Rickaman?
Aye.
Resolution.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson.
Sam, I know we had Andrew up just a few seconds ago. You're good, Andrew. And I know seated conveniently right next to him is Mr. David Hatcher with the code enforcement. And Mr. Mayor, I just wanted to highlight, as you just mentioned, that if we have properties that are in question, if folks are reaching out in their respective communities with concerns regarding properties and how they are behaving, whether or not they are indeed owner occupied, whether they have other
Like that?
incidents that may be occurring, you can reach out to our code enforcement team here that has a specific short-term rental unit within it per ordinance. So I want to just make sure that is that all of our citizens are aware of that, and that certainly the goal here is to make sure that folks are adhering to the ordinance.
It's just crazy. Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
We voted on Thought we did. Yes, sir. We're good on item
We're
19.
good? All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Resolutions, item 20. Item 20, resolution number R 2026-017, approving the installation of the Vista Neighborhood Association Lincoln Street Tunnel Gateway Project as endorsed by the Arts, Historic Preservation and Philanthropy Committee on February 10th, 2026.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Second.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Brown? Ms. Herbert? Aye. Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell? Yes. Mayor Rickaman?
Aye.
Event resolutions, item 21, resolution number R 2026-010, authorizing consumption of beer, wine, and liquor at the Main Street Latin Festival in the 1300 and 1400 blocks of Main Street between Hampton Street and Lady Street, and the 1100 block of Washington Street between Assembly Street and Main Street on August 22nd, 2026, with a rain date contingency of August 29th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, seeing none. Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Herbert? Aye. Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell? Yes. Mayor Rickaman?
Aye.
Item 22, resolution number R 2026-013, authorizing consumption of beer, wine, and liquor at the St. Pat's and Five Points Festival, and authorizing the city manager and the Parks and Recreation Director to sign park rules for the St. Pat's and Five Points Festival on Saturday, March 14th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, hearing none. Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Bailey?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Herbert? Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mayor Rickaman?
Aye.
Moving into a period of appointments, council is asked to appoint vacant positions for the Planning Commission, the Historic Preservation Design Review Commission, and the Urban Design Review Commission.
Yes, sir.
Nominate Laura Rogers.
I'd like to, can you also nominate Madison Pickrell as well?
I shall.
All right.
Second.
We got a motion and a second for the appointments of Ms. Madison Pickrell and Laurel Rogers, representing both District 4 and District 2 to our Planning Commission. Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Herbert? Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell? Yes. Mayor Rickaman?
Aye.
Thank you.
We're going to start with the, our new planned Historic Preservation Design Review Commission. This came from one of our neighborhood leaders asking us to look at splitting up the DDRC so that one's focused more on neighborhoods and one's more focused on commercial. And that's what we did back in January, and now we're appointing those boards. With that, I will take nominations for the Historic Preservation Design Review Commission.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Josh Shelton.
Which would make sense since he was the person who brought this forth.
I'll second that, Mr. Mayor.
So we need 7 total members for this commission. Do you want to take them as a slate or as individuals?
Good either way.
Slate. Let's do it as a slate.
All right, so we have Josh Shelton. Any other?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to recommend John Shear, District 1.
All right.
I'd like to nominate Latrell Hart, District 2.
Where it's?
It's not in the packet.
Huh?
It's coming.
Okay, can you say that name again? I'm sorry.
Latrell Hart, H-A-R-T.
Latrell Hart from District 2.
2.
Mayor, I'd like to recommend Denise Wellman, District 1.
Denise Wellman. All right.
So what about 2?
We've got 4.
I'll do,
3 more.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to nominate District 3 Representative Charlie Ledecker.
Is any current serving?
His time expires 8/26.
Okay. So he'll move to this committee. Okay. All right. So that gives us 5. Need 2 more members. Be great to have anybody. I think, would it make sense to reapply Hunter McKenzie since he's our architect in SE? McKenzie. And then we need 1 more to fill the slate.
Mr. Mayor, should we hold, I know there's a requirement that we have a contractor or someone with building experience there.
So we need to hold that position.
Yeah.
You want to hold the last one?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So, Madam Clerk, we have Josh Shelton, John Shearer, Latrell Hart, Denise Wellman, Charlie Ledecker, and Hunter McKenzie, 6 nominees for the new committee. Is that, it's a motion and do we have a second?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Not that it really matters, but I'm pretty sure Josh Shelton will be in District 3.
No, he's not.
He's not? So he's in 4, okay, gotcha.
Is it 3 or 4?
4. Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
Yes, sir. Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Herbert?
Aye.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell?
Yes.
Mayor Rickaman?
Aye.
Thank you. And we can re-advertise for that contractor slot.
Well, and I think we should be a little specific, because I do think we want to make sure that we have everything really spread out, and we've hit a lot of different industries, because this is a good opportunity for this new committee.
Yes, sir.
All right, with that, we move to our urban design. There are 5 vacant positions and 5 applications that have been submitted. Got to get to my list. Go ahead, Mr. Brennan.
So, Ms. Hammond, if I'm reading the real estate developer, there's only 1 position and there's 2 applied there?
There are 2 slots for real estate developer, actually, and then 2 applicants as well.
Okay, but we're looking for a total of 5.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Are we?
So do we have some nominations?
I'll nominate Mr. John Gregory.
All right.
Second.
All right. Let's try to do a slate like we did before, so we'll start it. So the motion starts with John Gregory. I would recommend reappointing Emily Gallo. Her first term doesn't expire till 27, but she could count in. Obviously, go ahead, Mr. Johnson.
Just a point of clarity. So here, Mary Beth Branham, for example, her second term expires March of 2028.
The new committee, so that's why they're letting us know that. But obviously, she makes a great candidate and does a great job.
Yeah. So I would nominate her, Ms. Mayor.
Okay. And then, obviously, does anybody have an objective to Cristobal Benacourt? They're a landscape architect, or
Second.
is that?
I'll also nominate Lacenta Lewis Ellis from District 4.
All right.
So the 5 that applied.
Yep.
All right, just wanted, we're good.
We got there. We landed.
This took us a while. So second, Ms. Mayor.
Okay, so we got a
Landed the
second,
plane.
Madam Clerk?
Mr. Johnson,
Aye.
Mr. Bailey,
Yes.
Mr. Brown, Ms. Herbert,
Aye.
Mr. Brennan,
Yes.
Mr. McDowell, Mayor Rickaman.
Aye.
Thank you all.
Moving into other matters, item 26, fiscal year 2025-2026 hospitality tax grant program second round funding request. Ms. Missy Kaufman, Assistant City Manager for Strategic Initiatives and Innovation, is available. If you have any questions, there are 3 items for your consideration: the Ivy Heritage Foundation of Irmo, the South Carolina High School League, and the Black Expo.
Is there a motion? So we have 2 funding recommendations here. One would be for the South Carolina High School League for the basketball championships at $125. There is a request for Black Pages at $100,000. And then the Ivy Heritage Foundation of Irmo for their Emeralds Excellence Debutante Cotillion for 15. Any recommendations on the 3?
Well, I will definitely second Black Expo with Rev, as well as the SC High School League.
Okay, so we have a motion for the SC High School League and the Black Expo. Do we want to hold the Ivy Heritage Foundation for more information?
I recommend that, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
So with that, Madam Clerk, we'll have, the motion will only be the high school and the Black Pages. Black Expo from Black Pages, Thomas Media.
Did we move it?
So that's a motion. We just need a second at this point.
Second.
Well, Mr. Mayor, I think.
We don't have any additional information for the other requester. I know they have an event coming up, but y'all let us
I
know.
think the will of council at this point is to get more information before, since nobody really knows a whole lot about it.
Okay. From them? we don't have any more information, but that's fine. We can answer whatever questions y'all need us to.
We don't have enough information to approve it.
Okay.
Can we get additional information? Can we?
If you all explain what information you would like to have, we can attempt to.
Whatever information there is out there.
Yes, sir. We don't have any other information
Okay.
other than what's in the application, but yes, sir. I mean, we can ask.
I'll circulate something and we'll get it to you so you know specifically
Yeah,
what to ask.
I think, point of clarification, they're asking in time for an event. So if we are going to do that, then we're happy to facilitate whatever you need us to do.
If they could submit some eligible hospitality expenses. We'll look at it.
You gonna do that now?
Yeah.
I thought that was clarity, no?
Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
So we're looking at, just want to be clear, we're looking at 2, right? The two things that we're approving here today. Okay.
Black Expo at 100,000 and South Carolina High School League at 15,000.
That's correct.
All right.
So that leaves 5,000 in the pot?
Yes.
Just checking.
I'm waiting on if there's any clarity or change.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I recommend that we do fund Ivy Heritage Foundation of Irmo for the eligible activities for the gala.
Okay, somebody clarify, because I didn't
Yes,
get
I'm
the
moving that
sidebar
we.
conversation.
We will need to clarify funding amounts too, though, because the funding available is less than what's total requested out of all three requests. You have 120 available.
Talk up, Ms. Aki.
You have 120,000 available.
So let's restate the motion, withdraw the motion. And let me propose this. You're saying that the eligible expenses for Ivy Heritage, you've got the information you believe. Okay. So how about the recommendation of, we do 75,000 to Black Expo, 25 to the high school, and 15. That'd be 115. We could make 80 if you want to just clear out that account, 80 to Black Expo.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I was over here doing some chicken scratch myself. I guess my motion would have been, if you allow.
Hey, you can go ahead and make it. I'm just running.
80 to Black Expo, 25 to High School Sports League, and the remaining 15 to Ivy.
All right. That's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
No, motion and a second. Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Brown? Ms. Herbert?
Aye.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell?
No.
Mayor Rickaman?
Aye.
Moving into a period of city council committee reports, referrals, and new business.
Oh. My bad. Forgot.
Reports?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
We had a great meeting today of the Columbia Public Safety Committee. I want to thank Councilman Brown and Mayor Pro Tem Ms. Herbert. We heard from Captain Jeffrey Brink with CPD and Chief Holbrook about our place-based crime reduction in the Millwood Avenue corridor and all the different layers of public safety community outreach that came together in a wonderful 90-day focused blitz. Code enforcement, I want to thank the code enforcement team, all working together with neighborhood leaders. The outcomes were very impressive statistically. We have a great statistics team that follows the data at CPD. We want to keep up that great work. So how to move this forward is a topic that will come forward from that. We also heard from Dr. Trayvon Fordham, our Director of Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, about all the wonderful things, all the bridge building they are doing, his team are doing in all of our neighborhoods. So I encourage you to catch that on the YouTube City of Columbia channel. I do want to make some committee referrals from our meeting today, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to refer the scope of boarding transitional housing in communities to the Public Safety Committee. This will include the process for establishing a new boarding house and include updates on zoning and business licenses. That's my first referral. Do you want them both, or do you want?
Yeah, can you bring them both at the same
Yeah,
time?
and the second referral, Mr. Mayor, refer a survey of vehicular noise within hospitality districts to Public Safety Committee.
So that's a motion. Is there a second to accept those two referrals?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
Sir, Mr. Johnson.
Aye.
Mr. Bailey. Mr. Brown.
Aye.
Ms. Herbert.
Aye.
Mr. Brennan.
Yes.
Mr. McDowell. Mayor Rickaman.
Aye.
Thank you.
Any other referrals? Mr. Johnson?
Yes, sir. I've got three referrals that have come to us. One from Food Share SC around their efforts to provide fresh produce specifically to folks who are battling diabetes. It's through a program called Veggie RX. And so that would be to the Health and Environmental Committee. So, Mayor, I've got a second referral, and this one comes to us by way of the Congaree River Keeper. And this would be to explore, and I think you met with him as well, Ms. Mayor. Bill Stangler has a concept and idea around increasing our buffers from 50 feet to 100 feet along our riverfront, which is certainly a timely conversation. And then the third referral comes to us from our friend and community leader, Vi Henley, who wants to give an update on the Tree and Appearance Commission's work to protect our tree canopy here in Columbia.
Yeah. Vi and I had a great opportunity to get together, and they've done a lot of work and got some good recommendations as well. Yes.
Mr. Johnson, did we talk about in our last meeting about cleaning up the community?
Yes, sir.
Is that a part of?
That is a part of both Vi Henley's concerns and wants to discuss that. That wouldn't be a part of her presentation in the report. And then we have a separate report coming to us on that topic as well.
On the health and environment?
Yep.
Okay.
So we have a motion. Is there a second to accept?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Can we get some clarification?
Yes, ma'am.
Were all of these intended for health, social, environmental, Mr. Johnson? I know you mentioned that for the food share.
Yes, Madam City Manager, everyone wants to participate in health and environment because of its chair and how lovely he is.
Okay. As lovely as you are, I was just going to make one suggestion that the food share related item, just due to the ongoing discussions, even in Community Development Committee today, for the sake of maybe some consistency or making sure that some of those aren't related to each other, or I think they are actually related to each other. Would you like to maybe consider community development?
I always defer to my Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay. It seems like all these food share related items, unless they don't need to go to committee and we need to have a food share meeting, that could be another option, but they seem to keep coming up. Great ideas, but they keep kind of coming up as one-offs of each other.
Well, Madam City Manager, the report that we had today from the Community Development Committee, I'm blanking.
Need no more?
Need no more. You know, getting rid of all the silos that we have, which is part of the reason why we have some of the food insecurity that we have. You know, certainly to me, that sounds like a great idea. If there's some way that we could get all of those different players in one room. So happy to have that come to that committee.
Okay. And does that, I think that's not a committee of the council. I guess they meet at a particular time. So we can, would you like us to delve into that for you?
Feel free.
Yes, sir, will do. And then as to the buffers along the riverfront and the Tree and Appearance Committee update, you want to refer those to Health, Social, and Environmental?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Have we already voted? Did we vote?
How?
Did we have a motion and a second?
We need a second.
Second.
A motion and a second. Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
Mr. Johnson.
Aye.
Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
Mr. Brown.
Aye.
Ms. Herbert.
Aye.
Mr. Brennan.
Yes.
Mr. McDowell. Mayor Rickaman.
Aye. Also, would like to refer to our admin committee, or actually, it's really not a referral, it's really of creating of a new committee. As our city continues to grow and develop, we must ensure we're working together both strategically, operationally. I'd like to establish a new standing committee, an executive management committee. This allows council members time to focus on continuing modernizing our city government for our customers, our residents, our constituents, targeted on oversight and catalyst projects, initiatives to ensure administrative initiatives and review thought continues to be transparent for folks. Part of this is a necessary step as we continue to grow and we continue to see these great projects coming forth. This will be an outlet for vision updates, special project updates, city consolidation complex updates as we're growing and we're moving into new spots, future compensation studies, and obviously hearing from our administration directly to council. I'd like to recommend that Councilman Bailey, Councilwoman Herbert, and Councilman Brown serve on this committee, along as myself in an ex officio non-voting member role. I'd also like to recommend appointing Mr. Peter Brown as the chair. And that's my motion. Is there a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Herbert?
Aye.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell? Mayor Rickaman?
Aye.
Thank you.
And if there is, are you done, Mayor?
Yes, ma'am. The floor is yours.
Okay, I just wanted to give just a brief update. We did meet with the Community Development Committee today. We got a great update from our mobile market in Tom's Creek, and really looking at it from the business model that it's intended to be. And we're excited about some of the information, potential collaborations going forward with Need No More. And I think it does go to some of the synergy that we're missing with the different providers. And then I just wanted to let everyone know, if they wanted to attend our next meeting, we will have the Columbia Housing Authority there.
Thank you, Ms. Herbert. Any other referrals or new business? Yes, ma'am.
Was the item referred out of committee that needs to be reviewed prior to the next council meeting?
The Need No More.
Oh, the one that I just said, potential partnership?
Okay. Need No More?
Yes.
Okay.
So let me officially say, in one of the outcomes was officially sending that to staff to delve into the terms to see if that's something that the city will enter into. So.
Second?
So a motion and a second. Madam Clerk, could you read the roll?
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Herbert?
Aye.
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Mr. McDowell? Mayor Rickaman?
Aye.
Thank you.
Any other new business? All right. All right. Madam City Manager?
Public input. Individuals are allotted up to 3 minutes to address City Council about matters not on the agenda. Items requiring a public hearing cannot be addressed at this time.
Mayor, we have Ms. Diane Wiley.
Hey, Ms. Wiley.
First of all, I want to thank everybody for being here today, and especially to you, Councilman Bailey. I got a phone call on Thursday. Everybody was upset about ISIS. And they told me to look at TV. And you was the one that committed about what we are going through. We don't need ISIS. I give you kudos for what you said on the news. I caught it. I was looking for y'all too up there too. But anyway, if we're gonna be one Columbia, we should not let nobody come in our city to disturb it. What happened in Minnesota should not be coming here. When I got out there and walked Thursday, they had the homeless people bring the boxes in. I looked at them going in that bank. And this shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be happening here. All of us have some kind of background as we are foreigners. Somebody got some blood somewhere. And be for real, the people that they are bringing in ISIS, those was other people. When you can't show your face, you don't have police protection. I did an interview Thursday. I said, we got Chief Holbrook and Sheriff Lott. Why do we need all these other people coming in? Why do we need them? We are not back in the daytime. I got out there and march, and I'm gonna march some more. I'm gonna march some more because it's not right. That money that they are spending on that building, it could be for our neighborhoods. I give you kudos. That's what we elect you all for, to protect us. We had a governor that did not even come around those years. We need to stop this, stop tiptoeing. I'm for rightness. Chief Holbrook, you and Sheriff Lott doing a good job. We don't need nobody else in our town. We won't, we don't. Stand up for all the ones that's against ISIS. It was more than this down this Friday. They stayed out there till 11 o'clock. I was out there too, and I'm gonna be out there some more. Stop this. We got to stop. We are here to learn to agree and disagree. And I disagree on this.
Ms. Ovita Glover.
Madam Clerk?
Ms. Ovita Glover.
Ovita?
Good afternoon. I'm coming wearing two hats. One is from Funds Incorporated, the annual statewide Black History Parade and Festival. I just want to say publicly thank you for your support for the last 20 years. Chief Holbrook, Chief Jenkins, most of you, all of you have participated for 20 years. And it made a grave, it's the Black History Parade. 2025 was the grand finale. Folks are still trying to have me continue with it. But
You're not giving up on that parade yet. We're gonna find a way to continue it. Y'all put too much work into it. It's been a big part of this community for a quarter of a century. Conversation. We can't let it go. I know you took a little hiatus this year, but it needs to come back.
I hear you. And we will have that conversation again.
Thank you, Ms. Glover.
You're so very welcome. But I wanted to publicly say thank you to those that were there with us for 20 years, and that's a long time to deal with these individuals and some other ones that I know. But it's always good to say thank you when you can. Like they say, give your flowers. And this is what I want to do. And as the president of Funds Incorporated, that's why I'm here. Second hat is I am the president of the Columbia branch in AACP, and I want to say it's time to renew all any names. But in reference to what is happening now, I'm going to encourage each and every one of you, and Tyler, you began it, by being transparent. Let me back up. And clarity of you knowing and not knowing. And it made a difference. I have been getting calls late night. I have been getting, and I can say what you have said because I've heard you say what needs to be said. But my encouragement here is to continue to be transparent, blow up the social media as much as you can, like they're saying we don't need them here, but we need to understand the what's, the why, and the hows. Once we can get those answers, then I think it will, folks will understand the being here. We don't need them if they're going to be trouble. That's a very important point. We need to know why, the what, and the how they got here. So my encouragement to you, as I've said, is to find those answers, as Tyler has begun with the Freedom Act, Freedom Information Act beginning. I stand here, if I can back up again, I'm a little heavy-hearted because I did give up. I'm going backwards, y'all. I did give up the parade, and I know we are going to talk about it. But it meant so much because now, of all times for me to give it up, and I'll publicly say, it's because of health issues. And I had to relieve something. That very day, I passed out, unconscious. Y'all was up top trying to get the parade ready. So that was God telling me, take a break. And that was one reason. And folks say, I know you had some other people. Yeah, they carried it on. Kind of made me a little angry because they carried it on and I wasn't around to see it being done. But things happen for a reason. And this is with the ice and all of the above. And with that being said, please be as transparent as you can. I thank you again, and I'll leave you alone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Daryl McCulley.
Is Daryl here? We'll go to the next.
Jessica Thomas.
Hey everyone, how's it going? I am here in relation to the ICE bill, and I know that your hands are tied in many respects. And if the State House bill H4764 passes, they may be tied even farther. But that is not a reason for inaction. I genuinely think that it's a reason for your urgency. Because when power shifts quietly, like with the field office, and decisions happen without local guardrails, the consequences don't land on people like you or me. They land in marginalized communities that we don't often hear from and that we don't really see represented in spaces like these. Please protect our immigrant communities who not only live in, work in, and love our city, but who also contribute to our GDP, diversity, and work many unnoticed but important jobs in our city. I think the surprise of the field office alone should tell us something. Things are moving faster than the public is being brought along with. That is why I'm here to ask this council to act proactively and to put safeguards in place now to protect our communities from outside overreach. Columbia operates under a council manager form of government. That means this body sets the policy and the city manager carries it out. So if safeguards exist or don't, that responsibility starts here. And you can also explain that to us, what you do have purview over, what you can do and what you can't do. So I'm here to ask a couple different actions that you consider. First, require transparency. I'd ask that you direct Ms. Wilson to require disclosure of any requests for cooperation involving city departments, facilities, or data. If CPD, city property, or city systems are being asked to assist outside agencies, council should know who made the request, what was requested, and under what legal authority. The public should also be able to know what is happening with affairs like these. No informal cooperation, no ambiguity. Second, set clear limits on city resources. You can direct that city funds, facilities, data systems, and personnel are not used beyond what is legally required. That includes prohibiting the use of city databases or facilities for purposes unrelated to local public safety. Third, protect access to city services. You can affirm that residents will not be questioned about immigration status when accessing city services, reporting crimes, or seeking emergency help. When people are afraid to call for help, public safety does break down. Those aren't my words. Other studies show that. Fourth, require judicial warrants and clear limits on CPD cooperation. Council can direct that CPD and city personnel do not participate in arrests, detentions, transfers, or searches for outside enforcement purposes without a valid judicial warrant. None of this prevents lawful enforcement. What it prevents is mission creep, confusion, and fear. You don't have to wait for further escalation, and you do not have to open yourselves up to another state house intervention like another proviso. I'm asking you to use the authority you already have carefully, clearly, and intentionally to put safeguards in place now. Thank you.
PJ Whitehurst.
Good afternoon. My name is PJ Whitehurst. I'm the certified community health worker at Reformation Lutheran Church. Let's stop pretending that this is complicated. People in the city are afraid. Immigrant families feel targeted. Small businesses are worried about what this means for the heart of our downtown. When calls were made to deport Councilwoman Audity Bustle, an immigrant kid who surely would not have stayed silent on this issue, Mr. Johnson claimed he did not know who those people were and that she would have to have thicker skin. That was the excuse then. What is the excuse now? The community is speaking loudly. Residents are organizing, business owners are asking questions, advocates are demanding clarity. Silence in the face of intimidation is not neutrality, it is complicity. If you hold public office, you do not get to disappear when things get uncomfortable. You do not get to shrug when members of this community are targeted, and you do not get to hide behind "I didn't know." Leadership requires a spine. If you support this ICE office, say so clearly. If you don't, say that clearly. But this pattern of strategic silence when immigrant families are under pressure is unacceptable. Columbia deserves elected officials who will show up, especially when it's inconvenient. I hope you all are taking note. History remembers who stood up, and it also remembers who stayed quiet. Thank you.
Elaine Cooper. Anson Foster.
Thank you, members of the council. Thank you, people in Columbia. How about let's give it up for Councilman Bailey for his courage. Let's give a standing ovation for this man. And let me allow this to be, please, a motivation and an encouragement for each and every one of you, because it takes guts, it takes courage to be the first to stand up and speak out, but often that courage is contagious, and often doing the right thing, we are compelled to do it when we see others do it, and it makes us feel good because we know we're doing the right things for ourselves, for our neighbors, for our friends in our community. So I just want for everybody, again, please hold up your signs to show and to demonstrate for everybody in this room and for our councilmen and women who are representatives that you, in fact, you have a mandate and to speak in our name and on our behalf. You don't have to worry about the controversy that could come because the majority of people of our beautiful city, in fact, are urging you to let us know how we can support you and take action because we'll have your back. But this being said, we know that despite the overwhelming support for our immigrant communities in Columbia, that this OPLA office, these are not just lawyers that will be coming in. We're talking about administrative warrants here, which is overriding judicial warrants, meaning if ICE wants to arrest anyone in our city, where are they going to go? They're going to go to Main Street to do it. And this council, you know, they have offended you all. They've offended the people, your constituents, and they've offended you personally because, you know, by acting with no regard for transparency whatsoever. So we feel that, and we know that you feel it too. But that being said, we know that you can and will be prepared to act on behalf of the best interests of the people of our city. I mean, anyone here on the council would anyone be willing to go on the record publicly as welcoming this ICE office on Main Street?
Sir, please
Anyone?
continue.
Very good. That being said, their campaign of terror around the country, they've torn families apart, they've terrorized our communities, they've kept children from going to school and led to the deaths of immigrant men, women, and children afraid to go to the hospital. They've murdered U.S. citizens. And are we going to allow that to happen in Colombia? Are we going to allow that in our city? So courage to my people here, because if they do come and try to mess with us, they will be awakening a sleeping giant. That's the beautiful people, our diverse city of Columbia. And if they poke this bear, then the working people of our beautiful city of Columbia will shut down business as usual, take our city back from their attempts to seize it from us, to beat us down, to arrest us, to shoot us in the streets. So we, the people, make Columbia run. We should run Columbia. And to our beautiful council who speaks in our name, please, we hope you will stand with us, with your constituents, and with the people of Columbia on the right side. Thank you.
Deborah Billings.
Thank you so much, members of the council. My name's Deborah Billings, and I come with the same message and a really heavy heart. I really do. I've got friends all over the country, especially in Minneapolis. We've seen what ICE does. This is the way they work. Here in Colombia, I've been living here for 19 years. I've worked with immigrant families. They're afraid to go out of their homes. We've got some initiatives of people donating generously, whatever they can, so that we can work with local Latino-owned businesses to pack up bags of food for people who are afraid to go to the grocery store to buy food for their families. That's not the Colombia that any of us wants, right? And that's not the Colombia that any of us knows. And yet this is what's happening. So we know whether one is a citizen or not is irrelevant to this agency. We've seen that again and again. They are hell-bent on terrorizing people. They're not going after the so-called vicious and menacing criminals. We've seen this again and again. They're going after us, our neighbors, our fellow community members. And I think now more than ever is the time to say and to act in ways that show this is a strong and diverse community. I am so thankful that we have Sheriff Lott, who has not signed on to 287G. But as Ms. Thomas said, if the state legislature gets their way, or some of them get their way, they're going to be forced to deputize police officers to become ICE agents. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Our police force does their job. They are not trained to be immigration officers, but neither are ICE officials right now. I refuse to call them officers. We have no idea what their training is. Billions of dollars of our tax money nationally are going to basically arm and outfit people who are essentially untrained. And if they are trained, then they're trained in some very terrifying tactics. I have worked in Latin America for many, many years, back in the 80s when there were wars in Central America. Our country, through the School of the Americas in Georgia, taught military dictatorships their tactics. We know how to do this, unfortunately. And now it's being brought to our own streets. So please, please, let's stick together as a community and as city council members. Thank you, Councilman Bailey, for your explicit comment. I hope we're all on the same page here and that everyone will make that stance as city council. Thank you.
Madam Clerk.
Sir, we have Whitney Denton.
Good evening, Council. I'm here for twofold reasons this evening. As an educator in a high school setting, social studies, I taught government, AP government, I taught English second language students. At that point in time, if immigration came to our school, all they could ask us was, are these students enrolled here? They were not allowed to enter the premise. That is not the case any longer. So we now have children not being educated that are native born just based on the color of their skin or their parents. People don't understand how quickly your documentation or your status can go from legal to not. Your visa expired. You go home because you've had a death in your family and you try to return, or you return and that expires. It is also a very expensive process, but this doesn't matter these days. We have Native Americans being arrested by ICE. We have native born of all races, ethnicities, and cultures. So that is my soapbox on that. But I'm having to be here tonight for twofold. I also have to address some business issues. I reached out over a week ago with concerns regarding damage at a business and asking for help due to the unsheltered population that is damaging a business we have revitalized in an area. And in turn, I have code enforcement show up on site, and instead of assessing the concerns, they proceeded to pull up GIS, which they don't know how to pull up the correct map for lot lines, because she made, as quote unquote, my cleanup guy, he has a name, Billy, and if she had given her card, I'd have her name, but I don't. She told him to clean up 3 adjacent properties because she doesn't know the correct lot lines. And if she had taken a moment, she'd see I don't own 2 foot of adjacent buildings. She then says, well, I'm gonna go and take photos of this and document it. I'm waiting on my letter from her now. Well, I guess she realized at that point in time, everything adjacent was county. I have 3 hours of labor that day where we cleaned up because the dumpster behind us in the county had also been strewn everywhere. We are trying to revitalize an area, and in turn, now we are under a microscope. When I asked for help, instead of just saying, hey, you can fill out this jurisdictional rights form, put up signs, and we can help with this. Not one mention of that. Not one. And this isn't my first time with code enforcement not knowing lot lines. I had to pull my plat for a property on 2-Notch to show that code enforcement officer the owner next door I didn't own 2 feet of his building. And another time on North Main, I had to go on my hands and knees and dig my property pin out of dirt to show that code enforcement officer who made me clean up that property too. So there's an issue with those who need to learn how to properly read GIS. Imagery, drop-down menu, pick a year, and it'll show you correct lot lines. Thank you.
Ma'am, before you leave, David Hatcher is right back there. He's the head of code enforcement. I'd like to make sure y'all connect. Thank you. Madam Clerk.
Tiffany Townsend.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to all of us and all of our concerns today. My name is Tiffany Townsend. I'm a licensed home birth midwife. I've been before you so many times. I get the privilege of welcoming all of your constituents that decide to birth at home. Immigrant families are not the only ones being terrorized. It is also Black people, brown people that have been here for generations and generations. ICE is an issue, and I'm here to say that we don't want them in our community. ICE has harmed not only immigrants, but U.S. citizens. Their presence has intentionally brought fear, harm, trauma, and division to every community they enter. It continues to destroy communities across the United States of America. We deserve to live in a community defined by dignity, safety, and not intimidation, violations of civil rights, or anything like that. You have a choice about who you bring here, and you also have a responsibility to represent our interests. We put you in these seats so that you can listen to our concerns. We're asking that you listen. We're telling you that we don't want them here. We need to know where each of you stand with this topic. We don't want them here. Please don't bring them here. And remember, we stand with our immigrants, but also we are also impacted. How do we decide who looks American? Do I look American enough to you? And who gets to decide that? Thank you.
We have Mr. Frank Stolby.
Good afternoon. My name is Frank Stolba, and I am a Navy veteran. I served 9 years active duty and deployed 5 times. I also am a local lawyer, and I saw on the streets of Minneapolis confusion. I saw confusion between ICE agents, CBP, and local police, sheriffs, state police, just lots of confusion. And not having transparency is going to create more confusion. And even when officers want to work together and attempt to work together, if they don't have that unity and that transparency, they're not going to be able to do so. What we've seen in Minneapolis includes Fourth Amendment violations, using administrative warrants as judicial warrants. Judicial warrants need to be signed by a neutral and detached magistrate, not by an ICE supervisor, not by anyone. And these administrative warrants don't make that Fourth Amendment requirement go away. The Constitution is still there. It's still the supreme law of the land, so they say. Now, you all swore an oath to the South Carolina Constitution, the United States Constitution, on January 6th, just pretty recently here. Now, when you swore that oath, you swore to uphold the laws of the nation and all of this, but the biggest issue I see is that people are avoiding that oath. People are not looking at the Constitution, what they need to follow. They see these 287G agreements, they see all these other things that they think they need to follow, but at your core, what you need to do is follow the Constitution. And that's basically it right there. When I saw your statements when you were sworn in, I saw opportunity, stability, community, and safety. And the way we're going to get safety is through following the law. And what we've been seeing is ICE come in and not follow the law very consistently. What I would ask is that if ICE does come in here and if they demand cooperation, what mechanisms will you be putting in place to ensure that ICE is following the Constitution with their operations? At what point are city police going to step in and protect its citizens from federal overreach? Thank you.
Thank you.
No one else has signed up, Mayor.
All right. We got somebody signing up.
Mayor, we have Mr. Mercurius Byrd.
Mr. Byrd?
Good evening, Council, and sorry if I might repeat things that have already been said tonight. I just came from the subcommittee meeting at the State House about the bill dealing with ICE, and we were just testifying over there, and I'm just getting back. I came to speak today because I heard about ICE moving into, I think it is the 1441 building, and I just wanted to express my concerns about having ICE this close to our people and our citizens, especially here in our capital. I would really like some type of resolution or remedy to get ICE out of our town. I'm not sure what your capabilities are to do that, because I said, sorry, I'm getting here late and dealing with the other part of the subcommittee, but like, for a lot of my friends and family, I have families with mixed status, ICE coming in and being this close to home is a great concern. It causes fear, it causes distrust. It is causing people to want to shelter in, not participate in life, and causing other mental distress. And again, every time I come up here, I want Columbia to be a place that is welcoming, where people can come, enjoy, and all of my friends and family feel safe. In this current political situation that is happening, any ICE facility is just driving so many people to be fearful, and rightfully so after what we've seen, what's happening in Minneapolis and in other areas. So I would ask that the council could do whatever is in their power or facility or will to push back against this facility being here in any way possible. If not, if you have the authority to ban them from being here, would ask for that as the most thing. But at current, I don't know what you are able to do. So thank you for your time, and hope y'all have a wonderful day. And thank you for your service. Y'all have done a wonderful job.
Madam Clerk?
Chris, and I can't read the last name, but it starts with an H. Chris H.
He's coming.
All right. And Chris, could you state your name for the record, please?
Yes, my name is Chris Hildreth.
Hildred.
I'm just going to speak very plainly here. I think I'm the last name on the list. A lot of great arguments have been heard today. Like Marcurius, I was also busy down at the State House. But I wanted to simply say that the social contract has been broken by ICE. We cannot rely on the federal government to keep them accountable for anything that they do. And I think that the bill that is being passed in the State House furthers that immunity that they already face. I think that a lot of people don't feel like there are legal recourse, or that there is a legal recourse that they can take when their rights are completely violated by ICE, and I think this building is just an extension of that violation. I think it also needs to be said that I actually don't want ICE to operate in the capacity they do, even if they get better. I don't want these abuses to happen to just immigrants. I don't think that's okay either. And I think that as people continue to maintain this sort of silence, this tactical silence, people feel like nobody can be relied upon to champion the rights of the people. They just simply hope, well, I hope it doesn't happen to me. And I think that a lot of the people in our government are very scared to say what's right. And I think that they aren't scared enough of the accountability of the people. And I think that that's important, because once ICE has left this place and they've come through this city and harmed our people and fractured our society and completely left us in a pool of our own fear, unable to move and act against the government, the federal government, because it also has the backing of the state government, the people here that have said nothing will be accountable. The people that voted yes at the State House will be accountable. And I think that needs to be said, because the ICE agents will be shielded after this is all said and done. To keep silent is to say that what happened in Minneapolis and Chicago and all across this country is actually okay and should happen to this city. I have seen no good come from ICE. I have seen no good come from their actions. I have simply seen more fear, broken up families, and destroyed homes, as well as destroyed communities that they run through, and they arrest people just for whistling, just for holding a whistle to defend and alert other people that they may also have their rights completely infringed upon with federal immunity. So I urge you to come out and speak up against this thing that is happening to our city, because to do anything else is an evil act. That's it.
Thank you.
Xavier Khalil.
Peace and blessings. How are y'all doing today? So really quickly, I just want to be able to approach the issue on ICE. We don't want ICE, period. And I think we've all made that very clear. This is a terrifying, unqualified, militarized agency with an obvious racial and ethnic agenda. We have seen it time and time again. Starting in Chicago, we saw them go into Chicago neighborhoods and zip tie individuals, drag them out of their apartments, zip tie them on the street, women, men, and children of all races, of all statuses of citizenship or non-citizenship. This is a police state that we are seeing in all across our nation. We are seeing them abuse, they really don't have any power, but they're abusing the little bit of power that they do have. and they have no regard for our civil rights, no regard for the Constitution whatsoever. And I think that's very important that we remember that. Because even if you aren't a citizen on U.S. soil, period, you have constitutional rights, and they have constantly overgone all of that. I want to make this personally clear as well. Being somebody who has special relationships with the immigrant community, it breaks my heart to know that the fear that they live in daily, to know that they can't go to work peacefully without wondering who is waiting for them at home or at their job. Working with students as a paraeducator with Richland 1 students whose families are constantly over aware. Students missing out on school, me worried about whether they're missing out on school because they're sick or because if they're worried that somebody is going to be there waiting for them that shouldn't even be in the vicinity. This is the reality that we are facing right now. This is the fear that we are living in right now. Currently, West Columbia, I can't drive through West Columbia without seeing an unmarked vehicle and praying that the person that is getting over has a license and is a citizen. I cannot sleep peacefully at night knowing that Lexington County works hand in hand with ICE right now and knowing that that is possibly up for grabs for Richland County. And I can't sleep peacefully thinking that my friends in Beaufort are going through the same thing because 287G is signed down there and the possibility that it being signed statewide. So right now, what I ask of y'all is to make it very clear where you stand. But more than make it clear where you stand, be our voice because we put you here. Be very clear about where you stand. Be our voice because we don't want them. Will you be our voice? Thank you. Peace and blessings to those who are with us. And I pray that this stays on your mind today.
Madam Clerk.
Courtney Leak. Good evening, and thank you for your time today. I'm coming to you as someone who taught special education for 10 years. 4 of those were in Richland 1, and I can tell you many stories about how teachers that came through a program from other countries enriched the lives of their students. I can tell you stories about cultural days when teachers from Jamaica brought in their culture to the classroom, and it was beautiful, especially for our students who never get to leave Columbia. And you know who I'm talking about. Those teachers will be at risk if you do nothing to put guardrails and requirements on ICE coming to the city. If you value educators, you will take steps that are necessary to protect their security and the safety of their job. It is incredibly necessary that you take these steps. Because while reports may say that teacher positions are being filled, we know the truth. Student headcounts in classrooms are going up. Removing these teachers who are coming to a place that they don't know to teach our children, to share their lives with our kids and our community. If they can't rely on our city for protection, recognition, more than just appreciation, then what are we doing here? These teachers need you to do the work and put guardrails around this as much as you possibly can and let everyone know so that the people can help hold them accountable. Thank you.
Mayor, no one else has signed up.
All right. Council, does anybody want to address anything at this time? I know we got a lot of information here. Do want to say that a couple things is we found out that DHS had a lease through GSA to put a legal office here last week. We also, I think, is a community have done a job to protect our community, and we continue to protect our community as a city. And I think looking at how we go in the future, what we can do, and there's a lot we can't do, right? There's a lot we can't do as a city. Personally, and this is just me, this isn't a statement from council or anyone else, I think it's very important that we secure our borders. But I also believe that one of the messages that we're not talking about is the modernization of immigration and the Border Patrol, and making sure that folks are trained much like our police departments and others with respect, following the law, and doing their job the way it's supposed to be. Secondly, I think the biggest conversation as a first-generation American, I proudly have my parents' immigration papers. I think nobody's talking about the underlying issue of reforming immigration laws, finding the pathway for our folks who have come here, who are tax-paying citizens, who have created businesses that are making up 30% of our economy, finding the pathway to help them. There are only 400 immigration lawyers across the country. There's not a pathway to help people get work permits, green cards, and fast ways to citizenship for people who have invested and want to be part of here. And I think we're missing part of that conversation. And I can't speak for all of my council where they are, but every country in the world secures their borders. It's how you do it. And I believe we've stepped away from that. And we're not talking about the underlying issue is how do we protect the community and how do we get people the rights who want to be here. My family came here to chase the American dream. So should all those other folks. Do I believe that we need to have mechanisms in place to protect our community from the criminals? I do. I think there is a role for the agency, but deaths are not part of that. I believe that personally. And so when we talk about this office and we hear you, we have lawyers here and others. What we want to do is make sure we protect our community and protect their constitutional rights as our citizens in our community. And we have attempted, and we continue to do that as a city. Our chief, our sheriff, everybody works very hard to protect this community, and you should feel comfortable and secure in this community. And we'll continue to do that. But we need to be pushing for clarity and getting agencies in the correct mind, in the correct state, in the correct opportunity to do their job the way they should be, just like our officers do every day, because I believe people trust our community. They trust our officers, and we need to have the same thing there. And right now, I don't feel like that's there. It's something that can be fixed, I hope. But the reality is our commitment is that we always will protect our community the best we can. State House has state laws that eliminate us from doing any type of ordinance to stop any activities. That's already been in place. What we can do is monitor. Yes, they don't have an obligation to tell us their office is here, but it would have been nice if we knew, because then we could have delivered a message and explained it the way it should have been explained to our community. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. So here we are today. We're going to continue to work together as a community. Council has absorbed a lot from everybody today. We'll continue to work together. But long-term, we as a city, a country, need to focus on how we fix the system because it's not working.
Mr. Mayor, very briefly, and thank you for your words. I would just like to thank everybody who came out today to make your voice heard on this issue. I, like many of you all, have seen what's gone on across the country on the news, and I believe people are rightfully worried. And so I do think we as a council should look at what we can do to make people feel safe here. I think there are things that we can do, and we should explore those as a body. And I would love to have further conversations with everybody as time goes on. As of right now, there's still more things that we don't know than we do. I think we should get some answers and we should get some clarity. And I think broadly, people in Columbia would like to see something done that does not overstep the legal bounds that we are confined by. And so I would just encourage us as a council to try to hear each other out, work together to see what we can do. And I appreciate people for sharing your concern.
Mr. Mayor, I want to thank you for your comments, Mr. Bailey, for your comments as well, and certainly for those who have joined us this evening. I do want to underscore a couple things, and I think you said some of it. One, this body, to my knowledge that I know of the lease, had no information that was shared with us. So I think that certainly has been put out through several statements at this point. But I think it's extremely important for folks. I heard some conversation around that from some of the folks who joined us this evening. I do also think it's extremely important for us to share, Mr. Mayor, what we have been up to in the last week, which is fact-finding. Mr. Bailey, you just mentioned that there's a lot of information that, quite frankly, we still do not know. And so the effort to make sure that we are aware and educated on exactly where we are at this exact moment has been extremely important for us to do that work. And of course, that work is not something that may be visible, but it's something that we've engaged in. And then certainly figuring out what recourses we do have to ensure that Columbia continues to always be the home, the beautiful home that we all enjoy. I do also want to point out one of the things that as a municipality in South Carolina, you're always challenged by, which is home rule. So certainly when the state has not acted on a particular matter, cities, counties have the ability to act. But when the state has acted, when the federal government has acted, we are precluded from acting. And so certainly when we look at the tools that we have to act, we have to ensure that those tools are not preempted by state or federal government.
Signed up to speak.
Mr. Mayor and Council, if we could revisit item 25, the Urban Design Review Commission. There are 5 appointees for that commission. The staff was texting us as we were talking and you all were talking that one of those must be a planner, which they had raised their heads and spoken up during the time that we were on the item. But if you don't mind, we'll need to make an adjustment because you right now appointed 5, with 2 being the real estate developer or broker.
2 more. Can we make it a board of 7 instead of 5 and come back with 2 more, a planner and another at-large? I don't feel like going backwards is productive at this point.
Yeah. Or defer and give us time.
Second.
Mr. Johnson. Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
Mr. Brown. Ms. Herbert.
Aye.
Mr. Brennan.
Yes.
Mr. McDowell. Mayor Rickman. Thank you.
And are we going back? Go back to executive session? Wait. Executive session. Do I need to say anything? A motion to return into executive session for all of the reasons mentioned at the beginning of the meeting. I did it earlier.
Mr. Johnson. Mr. Bailey. Mr. Brown. Ms. Herbert.
Aye.
Mr. Brennan. Mr. McDowell. Mayor Rickman. And that is to return to executive session for the items that were previously stated.
And
Thank you.
Madam
All
Clerk?
three?